Gulliver has arrived. I wonder who that is. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Chit Show. I guess Imri's not going to make it. He said he might not be able to make it. I guess he's going to be here tonight. Sue, you know where he's at?
I have no idea where Imri's at.
No? Okay. Well, it's good to see you, man. Sorry I didn't say shit to you before we got on here. It's been one of them kind of days, you know. So, what have you been up to lately?
I have been pretty busy. I went to, after we all saw each other at Mountain Readiness, I was down in CanCon, and I jumped into that. That went, well, the practice jump didn't go so good, but
I mean, the practice jump was pretty interesting, though.
Yeah. And then the jump in went pretty well, and then a few days after that, I was in Tampa, Florida for Soft Week, and so I've been trying to wrap my head around. They made it a solicitation down there at Tampa for the high car requirement. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's again, the Navy at Crane has come up with this hybrid accelerated carbine assault rifle. So what they're trying to do is take a 12-inch barrel and using the current ammunition, get out to 600 meters with a 5.56.
Jeez.
Wow. And I was like, and there's a lot of interesting stuff. And for you guys that don't follow small arms, let me just tell you that this year's, and I think I've already mentioned this on this podcast, but there's some interesting things coming out there that might change what we think we know about small arms ammunition and the carbines. For example, there's a progressive twist barrel coming out. Proof's already got it. What it does is it starts out real slow and then gets faster down there, so your barrel life will increase. Your accuracy might increase a little bit better, but then this requirement's asking for a 12-inch barrel. How do you do that in 12 inches? You know, when they had the progressive twist goes all the way back to artillery, and mostly the Germans in the 88 gun, that flat gun we all see on the World War II movies, that had a progressive twist in it, which made it an awesome anti-aircraft gun and a tank killer, and an artillery piece for that matter. It was very, very accurate because of the progressive twists inside the barrel. Well, now that they can do that with the metallurgy and the manufacturing techniques, they can do that in small arms. That means we get better, not only get better barrel life, but your barrels will last longer. Right, but in this requirement that they put out for the high car, they say they want the current ammunition, which we already know the ogive's off. For example, the M4 was supposed to have a 7,000 round barrel life. Well, with the 8.55 Alpha 1, that steel core tip that everybody is jealous about for the military having, well, that really put a logistical nightmare on the military because most of the barrels. Barrel life went to half, about 3,500 rounds.
Wow.
Well, this new requirement, they say they want this 12-inch barrel to last for 8,000 rounds. And I was like, did anybody up there when they wrote this requirement study physics at all? How are we going to do this? No, sure.
Yeah, and 3,500 rounds for an infantryman ain't shit. You know, I mean, that could be one afternoon if he's in some shit. You know, I mean.
Yeah, so now I'm trying to. Now I feel like I'm falling behind in my expertise, and I'm trying to catch up on things and metallurgy and things like that. And I don't see how it's going to happen. I don't know if this thing's a pipe dream or if somebody's got something magical out there that we don't know about. So stay tuned.
Shit.
Stay tuned, everybody. This might change.
Interesting. Progressive twist.
When you buy your next gun, if you use a progressive twist barrel, that gun will last you for your lifetime, no matter how much you shoot. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Pete Rabatucci in the house? Just want to say, hey, brother, how's it going, man?
Big two.
Well, T, what about you, man? What have you been up to?
Man, you already know, broke ass truck, and wrangling chickens. That's all I do anymore. I'm kind of like you though, minus the chickens. Like always something breaking down.
Oh,
Story of the life. Nah, we
like I
ran
said,
like 406 would process 100 gardens, orchards. We're finally pulling in blueberries, and I'm pretty excited about that. Had to fight all the birds off, man. Got all the blueberries coming in real nice.
oh yeah,
Boysenberries by the barrels.
really?
It's good. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. I've been working on this whole, 7 layers of the forest permaculture thing, trying to, put in your ground covering with the strawberries, and we've got a fruit tree with your nitrogen fixers, which would be your berries or your, blueberries, blackberries, anything like that.
Yeah.
Your vining plants, and there's something to it, man. Like last year, I had some tomato plants planted in the midst of the boysenberries and the apricot tree and the strawberries. Man, this thing looked like tomatoes off of a commercial. Look like for a promo for McDonald's or something. And did nothing to them. Just planted them, and that was it. They took care of themselves. No, we had no bugs attacking them, nothing. And, by planting all these symbiotic relationships together, one bug that hurts the one plant will help the other plant and vice versa. They just fight each other's battles. So it's pretty wild.
That's cool, man.
Patrick Seven said, if you grow weed and your goats eat it, will they eat more grass? No, they will not. And stop bitching about chickens. So yeah, and Tom Bryce.
I was just looking at that.
We're working on that, bro.
Yeah, we're working on it. Yep.
I'm gonna know soon. So
we chatted about that earlier today. Well, I want to bring this up because I think it's a valuable lesson, and you guys briefly heard about it. But Rush, if you got pics ready, first let's show them your artwork because I love the thumbnail for this. Sue, did you really look at that thing? That's so good. I like that the beardless one is in the middle, and me and T look like brothers.
Man, like seriously, we're like brothers from not brothers from the same mother. Like we're blood brothers in that. Look at that.
That's hilarious right there. That is so good though, Rush. You did a fantastic job on that. That is awesome, and we got to keep that around. That one's gonna be seen some more because that's so good.
Up on that one.
I like the fact that I've replaced Teddy Roosevelt. So there you go.
Mount Beardmore. Oh my God, that's so good. Yeah, that was. I thought that was great. Russ made that up, and I was like, "That is fucking awesome, bro!" Like that, you nailed that one. But anyway, get one of them other pictures ready, Russ, and let's put that up there, and we'll talk about this for a minute because this kind of goes around to all of us. Because I know all the guys sitting here have been in this position before, and the point is that none of us know when we're going to be the first responder, or for who, or for what, or for why. And today, I was it, and I rolled up on this accident right after it happened. There were 2 passengers, probably late 20s, male driver, and a female in the back seat on the driver's side. And when I got to the car and checked the driver, I could tell that he was already dead, even though he was still taking a couple gasping breaths. But from the condition he was in, I knew he was going to be deceased. So I focused on the passenger in the back seat, who had a pretty substantial laceration on her head, right, split her forehead open right here, about 1.5 inches. So I knew she had a head injury too, but the way she was acting, I could tell she had a head injury. And just worked on controlling her bleeding and stuff until EMS showed up. And as soon as they got there, I just gave a quick rundown on what I had done and the fact that he was deceased and her. And I stepped out of the way and let them have it. But no one wakes up in the morning thinking they're going to get into a bad accident, and no one wakes up in the morning thinking I want to be the first one there when that happens. But I did have my kit in my truck. I pulled my trauma bag out and went up there and did what I could. but it's rough. It's been a long time since I looked at somebody who's dead. And kind of hits you for just a second. But yeah, agonal breathing. Thank you, Patrick. I was trying to remember that damn name of that all day long. I couldn't remember. So very creepy to see in person. So
And
that's
just goes
why
to show, though.
Stay ready.
Yeah, have that stuff in your bag. I've got my little man purse that I roll with all the time that Amber makes fun of me for. But yeah, she on a light note, we went into the store here. It's been a month or so ago. I got my man purse, and inside there is my pew pew. It's my my med kit, tourniquet. Got a knife, flashlight. I mean, it's just pretty much so anything and everything in that bag. And I look over at her, and I'm like, "Where's your purse?" She said, "I left it in the car." I'm like, "Well, why?" She's like, "There's only room for one person in this relationship." I'm like, "Whatever." I said, "You know what? I don't care. I'm rolling with this. I'm rolling with it." But at the same time, having a slick kit and all that stuff on you at all times, you never know. You never remember. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that. That's all right, because your purse has meaningless shit in it anyway. So at least
Right.
I've got good stuff in mine.
Yeah. I've
And Amber knows that you're the only one out of the four of us that carries man pawns. So
that's true.
That's true.
Sometimes you got to plug some holes, man. You got to plug some holes.
And when this actually, because it happened right in front of me, I just didn't see it because I was behind a garbage truck. And when traffic stopped on the road we were on, I knew something was up, so I kind of eased over and I saw that car was hit by an F-250. They connected drivers' front ends. The F-250 was pulling a dump trailer. So the truck's sideways in the road, the trailer's detached, and then when I kind of pulled out the other side, then I saw that car, and I just saw people standing there with nobody doing anything. And from the photo, you could tell it was obvious there was going to be some trauma involved. So I just drove through the accident and pulled up there. And I've had that North American rescue bag in my truck for years, literally years. Keeping the stuff up to date in it, but I've had that bag for probably a decade in the back of my truck and never had to open it till today.
Yep. And about the time you would have took that out of your truck is when you would have needed it. It's just one of them things like, stay ready. That's the name of the game. You never know what you're going to need.
I felt bad because I have another little CLS bag that's usually in my truck, but it wasn't today. And in it is a bag mask valve. And I wished I'd had it, but then I thought about, even if I could have given this guy respirations, there was no chest compressions you could do to him because he was entrapped. He was hardcore entrapped. And so I was like, as soon as I saw him take his last breath, I was working on the girl, but watching him at the same time. I kept reaching and checking his pulse. And when it finally faded, I was just like, well, I can't even do chest compressions on this guy. There's no way you can even attempt to. So.
Right.
Like I said, stay ready and know how to use what you got too. Know what you're doing. There was probably a dozen people standing around looking, doing absolutely nothing for anybody.
Right.
Yeah, everyone grabs their phone. That's right. And I was the only person that had some shit with me and stepped up to do something. And a big shout out to Marion County Fire Rescue. They were there fast and they got her out and gone like quick. They got her off the scene before I even pulled away. Because as soon as the EMS got there, like I said, I dragged my shit out of the way, threw it back in my truck, got in my truck, and just waited for them to clear it enough so I could pull out. And I took off. But so yeah, stay ready. You don't never know when you're going to roll up on something like that.
Absolutely. And get that training in too. Like you said, having it is only half of it. So
you got to know what you're doing.
We got some good classes coming up in Montana. We got more good classes coming up in October. And just a ton. I know Joe's putting on some classes afterwards as well. I'm talking to, of course, medical. I've got Gorilla Medical going to be there in Montana doing all their classes as well. So, man, you can get trained up, get up there. Gas is not cheap, but living and dying is kind of important.
Yeah. And like Amber just said right there, classes and events like this are for everyday life, and I've said this in the past on other shows and stuff, my podcast back before you guys would be around when I did Facebook Lives was the same thing. You're even in a emergency, you're more likely to have a normal accident. It's not going to be gunshots and explosions and bullshit. It's going to be somebody hitting themselves in the shin with an axe because they're not used to splitting wood, or hitting themselves with a chainsaw because they're not used to using it, or some kind of mechanical injury because you're doing stuff you don't normally do. And so, while we prepare for the absolute oh shit of the world, there's a lot in between of everything's cool and it's the end of the world. There's a lot there that can happen, So stay ready and get trained up.
Get trained up. And once again, in my defense, Carl Erickson carries a Merce all the time. I've seen it. Seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, he does.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Just don't let Carl Erickson build your fire. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact. Good night. Man, I walked up there at CanCon. I come around the corner, and I thought it was the Great Fires of Chicago. I figured, half the pot. Good grief, dude! 3 fires all put together. It was a pillar of fire. You could hear God's voice echoing through the clouds.
Oh yeah, that one year at Mountain Readiness, we had the fire pit. I got that little solo burner, not even the big one. I got the little one, and he's got firewood stacked 3 feet, 4 feet tall on top of it in a log cabin fashion.
Wow!
And the whole stove was glowing orange. I mean, that whole thing was just. I was like, Carl, stop putting wood on that.
That dude's a pyro, man. He's a pyro.
Yeah. And I spent all day filling up my truck and splitting. That's some hard ass wood. A lot of it was hickory and locust. And I didn't have a log splitter, so I used a splitting maul. And I filled up my truck, and then right before Mountain Readiness, I had to call T and said, "Is that burn ban in effect?"
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't bring my stove because I thought there was a burn ban.
There was, but I called Casey and I was like, "Hey man, we did have some rain and these people are all about a fire." And he's like, "Well, man, we just turned a blind eye." I'm like, "Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And keep Carl away from the fireplace."
It was funny because Thursday night there were no fires. Friday night I think we saw a fire and everybody was like, "Fuck, they're having a fire." And Sue starts bitching about all the firewood he brought, and then the next thing I know, Carl's over there. We see the inferno over the campers and the tents over there in Carl's land. So we're like, "All right, fuck it, we're gonna build a fire too then." And one of his patrons was awesome enough that the guy ran to his house, brought us back this epic big steel fire ring that we built a hell of a fire in right there. So that was a good time. So we appreciated your firewood, Sue. It got used.
It got used.
I had to run to Home Depot, and Imri and I bought the biggest fire ring we could find. So
yeah.
And then I know how Carl is. He doesn't have a fire. He has a funeral pyre.
Yes. Yeah.
That's like send off the Valhalla fire.
They can burn the body right there. That's what Carl is. Yeah.
That's the send off the Valhalla fire. That's what that is. I took the rest of that firewood home, Sue, by the way. So it get you put to good use here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. I didn't know you split that with your own hands, though. That makes it worth even more.
Well, I don't.
It was awesome of you to do, my friend.
Well, yes. I'm just. It's called Mountain Readiness for a reason. We won't be putting fuel in a splitter.
No, you won't.
Heck no.
So you better get good with a splitting maul.
Hey, Sue, here's a question I got for you. I'm curious to get your opinion, your take on this. What do you think about Peter Thiel moving to Argentina?
What do I think about what?
Peter Thiel. You know who he is? One of these. What's the name of that damn company? Shit, Palantir. He owns started Palantir, and he's moving to Argentina. Leaving the country.
I heard nothing. Because I haven't been up on the current news lately. Right. I didn't hear nothing about it.
Yeah, He's already bought a house, bought a mansion in Buenos Aires. He's moved his entire family and everything, citing the government and the potential for nuclear war and the potential for AI meltdown. That's the 3 reasons he gave that he's leaving the country. And he's one of the leaders in the AI world. And he's saying he's leaving the country because he's worried about it.
You know, I'll tell you something else, though. I don't know about him, but here's what I do know. A lot of your high-end, prestigious doctors and people of that, El Salvador, all these other countries, because the air is clean, the water's clean, there's food everywhere.
Yeah.
Your food doesn't have 5,000 ingredients. You know, my buddy and partner, Billy Bond, you know, he just got back from El Salvador. He's over there with the brain surgeon, Jack Cruz. And, man, Billy said when he got on that beach, the beaches there in El Salvador are highly magnetic. He said you can run a magnet over the beach and just pick up all kinds of metal. Like it's just powdered into it. The sand is almost black. He said Jack Cruz told him, he said, go out in that water on that beach. And he said, within 10 minutes, you're going to feel like a new man. Billy said, because, I mean, think about this, guys. We're 80% water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the moon and the tides. Look what the tides do to water. Pull, you know, massive amounts of water and pulling them in, pushing them out. You know, all these things have these effects on water. What do you think happens when your body is made up of 80% water, right? That magnetism and the clean air over there. He said there ain't nothing spraying in the skies over there. They will lose their shit. He said they walked off into he said, take your pick at any spot on the road. You get out of your car, you walk into the woods, and he said there's plantains, there's papayas, there's food growing everywhere. He said you would never starve to death in El Salvador. He said it's that good. So I mean that's another part of this this equation. Is a lot of these guys are not only just heading out of the United States because of the AI and government and stuff like that. It's not. Yes, Pete, you are correct. 30%, 50%, the other 20%. If you hang out with Mel, then
that's another 20%. Thing. Yeah, that's another something else.
So
I just found that interesting. You know, I mean, I noticed, you know, with what they've done to the country, because you know, when I think of El Salvador, I always think of the movie The Killing Fields.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and the way that went down back then and stuff, and that's not the El Salvador of today. No. I forget the name of that prison that they built, but they have cleaned that country up. You know? Yeah. The only problem is it's gringo friendly today, but you could wake up tomorrow and it ain't gringo friendly no more.
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's no doubt that you know, it's like anything with the flip of the switch, you could be next on the menu, but you know, there is something to be said though for these other countries, the clean living. And even, you know, remember Carl and Imri went over when they were overseas in Europe, you know, they were doing the jump over there. I mean, how many people, you know, go and just pound pasta all day long in Italy and they lose weight.
Yeah.
You come over here and do it and you put on 50 pounds overnight. I'm like, what? You know why.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
that's why we only buy Italian pasta and Italian or French flour. We order it online. The flour.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We actually have gotten even into the buying the everything raw, you know, the kernels and the wheat and berries and all that, and grinding it. That's a whole nother art there. Amber's heading that one up. I'm out. Like I'm a taste tester. I ain't trying to figure that out, but
Alan does that. He grinds wheat berries in the flour and makes a bread. It's a super simple bread. It's dense. It's good though. But like you talk something to just keep you going. And it's the whole wheat berries, you know.
Yeah. And give me peace now. Said the wheat in Italy is different. Yeah, it's not covered in glyphosate. That's the difference. Oh, is that what it is?
That's Mel. Yeah.
She got a name, Give Me Peace. Come on, now. Give me peace.
That's been her email address forever. And I'm like, that should be my saying, not yours.
No kidding. I was about to say, yeah, that's you. You need to take that email over.
No, I just think it's interesting. We're seeing some kind of high profile relocations, and some of the reasons they're giving her, especially someone like Teal, who's so connected with DOD and everything at the moment, and he decides that it's better to live elsewhere.
I got to know, did Tom Hanks ever bring himself back in stateside, or is his pedophile self still hanging out overseas?
I think he's still hiding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's still hiding.
Hey, so Mel, I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Look who's got in house. Rev's here. What's up, Rev? Lisa. Well, Sue, what do you got coming up on the menu? Anything fun? Or exciting?
I actually, next week, I'm not looking forward to next week. I have to go down to, well, first I got to go do a instructor conference with Charlie Williams this weekend, and then I got to go to Destin, Florida, where the Special Forces Association convention's at. But during that week, I have to fly out to Vegas for a meeting with the National Defense Industry Association guys and do some secret meeting. It's not secret, but it's a meeting on components for ammunition. And there might be something new coming out on that. Cross your fingers, so we don't have any lead mercury anymore in our primers. Then I come back and they're giving me an award for the whole helping out with the Hurricane Helene thing at the convention. Yeah. So
yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, hopefully they'll spell my name right. I told them I'd rather have the money back, but
yeah, no, you ain't getting that.
They're gonna give you a thank you or a participation certificate.
Yeah, you go get your trophy. You get your little plaque, and that's as far as that's going.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, and at least it's not a dental appointment or a Happy Meal like Carl says was always on my award schedule in the military. Everybody else got a Bronze Star or Silver Star, and I got a dental appointment.
And a Happy Meal. Well, that's good, man. Because you did do a lot, so it's good to recognizing you.
I'm not accepting that award in any personal thing I did. It wasn't me. It was guys like you and our network, especially this podcast right here. It was great. Of course, we were just like your books. One day you got nothing, and you got to go to ground zero, go back to the ham radio. If it wasn't for the ham radio operators license or licensed guys around here, and guys getting out and grabbing chainsaws and clearing roads and going and checking on their neighbors, it would have been a lot worse. So, I shouldn't be getting an award for anything. I should just, I'll accept the award on behalf of Western North Carolina. How's that?
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the way to do it. Because like one of my buddies, Bob, he got an entire pallet. Bob Lester, he got an entire pallet of radios of the shit. I can't remember. I can't think of the name of them. The one everybody uses.
Baofeng.
Baofengs. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Slipped my mind. It's been a weird day, but he got a whole pallet of those and took them down there and just giving them to people, whoever needed them, just giving them out.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people did a whole lot of stuff there.
Yeah, and you can still see the scar. I'm sure anybody that came up to Mountain Readiness could see it. Not so much on the major highways, but the back roads.
Oh
you
yeah,
can still see the scars out there and all the down trees and everything. And we're still working on it. We're coming up on another 2 years afterwards, and we still haven't got I-40 up and running again.
Yeah,
still one lane. Yeah,
they just got one of the roads opened up. One of them, 25, I think it was. I think that just got opened up, didn't it?
26 is opened up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the roads that are going into small towns. Because we lost, had all that sloughing off entire mountains slid down during Helene, Lake Lure got flooded again last weekend. You know, so
Oh, really?
yeah, so they're dealing with that again, and then of course the town of Palisades, they finally got a road into there, and then it's just all over. I mean, people got their own stories, but what I didn't know was right up there in Pine Bluff, North Carolina, or Spruce Pine. I'm sorry, Spruce Pine, North Carolina. Right above there is a mine, and they pull out a certain kind of quartz out of there, or certain kind of, not quartz. What am I thinking of? It's not kind of
Lithium?
no. It's like a quartz, but it's anyway. It's a element that goes inside of the superconductor computer chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's the only source in the world for it.
Really?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know, did you?
Just recently,
You didn't.
a couple months ago.
You didn't know that the permits pulled for that before Hurricane Helene was from Black Rock and Vanguard.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I did find out that the mine is actually owned by a Belgian corporation. It's not even American owned. That's
Really?
There's
We have sole possession of one of the rare earth minerals, you know, one that everybody needs, and a foreign nation fucking owns it. Like how
silica.
Nah, it ain't silica, because you can get silica from anywhere.
Mm.
silicone.
Maybe
That's
it's
what it's
not.
called. Silicone.
Is it silica?
Yeah, it's a silicone mine. And
That's
it's when they talk about the supercomputers and all this AI stuff and everything. Well, they can't. When you talk about raw materials, that's the only place to get this stuff that will handle those little microchips. Will handle the silicone. Will handle all that data and all that electricity. Yeah.
Yep. But that was a big stink, was because a bunch of permitting had been pulled at all those mines prior to the Hurricane Helene even coming through. Same thing with the wildfires in Canada. Remember all the Canadian wildfires? They just popped up all at the same time. Well, then after the fact, all those areas that were burned out, BlackRock and Vanguard and these guys had pulled, they had pulled permits for the mining rights to those areas that burned. Same thing with Hurricane Helene and the foreign. And I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I'm almost positive that a bunch of the mining going on down there, most of them are shell companies. They're still owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, but they're shell companies because they've been trying. Every time they shut one down, another shell company comes in and just kicks up mining the very, very same day, very next day. So that's the problem. Is it may be a Belgian company, but it's a Belgian company that's a shell company of BlackRock or Vanguard.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think I don't know if you guys saw, but I recently saw something that said that they did discover that the lithium deposit that's under Appalachia right there. It is like supposedly now it's supposed to be the largest in the world. Like it's all right there, they're saying. And
all through here.
We heard rumors about that, during the recovery.
Yeah.
But we heard that most of it's right under downtown Asheville. So
really?
Have fun getting that.
Yeah. You ain't gonna. Well, actually, strip mining Asheville would be an improvement at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No.
Well, and all the helicopter stuff that's finally died down for the time being. But we had all those ground penetrating radar helicopters that were flying all over the place. Asheville, Burnsville, Spruce Pine, here at the house. I've still got snapshots and pictures of all them dudes. And it was like they were pushing, I think it was 1,300 feet below surface is what they were shooting. I guess it's, LiDAR or radar. I think it's LiDAR. And they were doing that for 6 months.
Damn. Did you guys see the
Yeah, Walt Browning put it on there. He's got a link everybody can go to when they talk about the mines there in North
Yeah.
Carolina. Yeah.
Walt Browning is my author buddy that writes the Charlie's Requiem series, hanging out with us tonight, and a new one just released, guys. It's actually live, so be sure to get your copies.
Yeah,
it's there. Have you guys heard the reports of the tick boxes being dropped by helicopters and airplanes and all kinds of shit?
I just heard that I heard a rumor of that yesterday from some guys going over to Robin Sage. I still sponsor some of the role players and gorillas, the guys that work as do role players as gorillas at Robin Sage. They came through here and they're out of right south of Tennessee or Nashville, Tennessee. And they said they found some tick boxes on their property.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And
see, I'd like to see some pictures of this.
The rumor that she talked about was these ticks are the ones that spread alpha gal.
Yeah,
alpha gal.
Make you allergic to meat, red meat. And she's saying that there's some people out there, and I don't know where they're getting the funding, but they're throwing tick boxes out there and trying to get more and more people allergic to red meat.
So yesterday on my Patreon, I posted a little thing about this, and I put a link to a white paper that was published last year, actually, but it's kind of making its surfacing now, and people start to talk about it. And it's reported to be a philosophical exercise, but the whole argument of the paper is that we are morally obligated to spread alpha gal. Since we won't stop eating red meat, we're morally obligated to infect as many people with it as we can, so they have to stop eating red meat.
I think that's where they're going to bring in the manufactured and engineered meat. I think that's going to be
the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
I mean, they're going to be like, hey, yeah, you want that T-bone? Well, we've got this genetically, lab meat we can hook you up with that doesn't have the genetic, the gene in the meat that causes you to go into anaphylactic shock from alpha gal. So I've been saying that for the past year. I think, I started hearing about the tick boxes. I've not personally seen one. I made a video about it the other day, just talking smack, but I think that's just the lead up to lab grown meat. Here you go. You can still have your steak.
Well, the elites will have real steak, but they want us eating, their Soylent Green steaks,
Yeah. Pumped full of all kinds of other stuff, all kinds of other goodies that's put in there. So
Yep. Yeah. Hell with us beyond mush. I'm not into that either. But it's when you and the tick thing goes all the way back to Plum Island, New York. Plum Island was basically a bioweapons research facility off the coast of New York, and like weird ass animal carcasses would wash up sometimes on the beaches of Jersey and New York and stuff. Like, you can look it up, and there's some strange shit that has appeared around Plum Island, and Plum Island was known to be researching with ticks. Now they claim it was a soft-skinned African variety of tick they were experimenting with, but alpha gal started showing up in the 80s and 90s, late 80s and 90s, and that's when Plum Island was doing tick research. So it's they say, oh, it wasn't us, but and Lyme's disease appeared around the same time. Now, of course, the internet says that theory's been totally, completely debunked and all that stuff, but is it? I mean, in this day and age, we don't know. But when you look at, we know they were researching with ticks. And then, last year, like I said, somebody writes a paper saying, hey, this is what we should be doing. Since you guys won't listen to us, we're gonna force you to do this by poisoning you, essentially. And now people are releasing videos and farmers are talking about it. And some of the videos, some of the guys are posting, like a guy had a piece of duct tape about that big, and it was literally covered in ticks. He's like, I've just taken this many off of me right now. And his buddy was over doing the same thing. They were just getting ticks off of them. There was just hundreds. And that's pretty nefarious. That's a pretty deep reach by powers that be. If you guys won't do it our way, well, we're going to make you do it. We're going to change your physiology so you.
It would be interesting to find out who's behind it. Who's funding something like this?
Probably Bill Gates, more than likely. But the helicopter. So I saw one video of a helicopter. They had a long lead and they had a thing hanging from it, and this woman's filming it. She's like, "Here they are. They're in our top field again, dropping ticks." And the helicopter was a little bird with no tail number. It was a red and white ship, or a red and black ship, red and black little bird with no tail numbers. No numbers displayed on it anywhere.
Wow.
So,
well, I mean, the CIA's been playing around with this as well as mosquitoes and all kinds of crazy stuff for warfare purposes. And so I like this too. WAP Kid said lab meat is grown from cancer cells. Not only that, I watched a documentary talking about they are using human cells to grow this meat because they understand human biology better than any other other thing on the earth. So it is the Soylent Green deal, like to the T. They're literally using human genetic cells to produce food that for us to eat. So,
well, did you see too that the first chick has been born artificially? So they've created an egg, they call it. They can insert the chicken DNA into it. You put it in an incubator, and it hatches a live chick. Like,
and think about this. This is like, you know as well as I do when it comes to technology, that if we're seeing it now, they did this 20 years ago, maybe longer. I mean, that's just what we're just now seeing. I'm sure they've been doing a whole lot more than that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the thing that gets me too is, you know, we say this all the time jokingly as we look back on things. We're like, they always tell us what they're doing. Like, you know, something will happen, and when it happens, we all look back and go, "Oh yeah, that right there. They actually said that. That was conspiracy theory then, and now it actually happened." And how many times has that happened in the recent past? So connecting those dots on the alpha gal thing, that don't sound too much like conspiracy to me at this point.
Well, what about the Epstein's files? Was they were talking about all kinds of genetic manipulating that they were doing in those files.
Yeah.
Well, this alpha gal thing, that scares me to death, because right when I retired out of the Army in 2016, I come up with some symptoms where I had hiccups, constant hiccups for 2 solid weeks. You know what that's like when you're trying to sleep or trying to sit on anything like that? Just hiccups for 2 solid weeks. And I ended up, and it got so bad that I couldn't keep nothing down, right? Even water. I would drink water and it would throw up, you know? And I sent Russ the photo. That's why I was distracted there. I sent Russ the photo of me coming out of the hospital. I lost 42 pounds in 10 days.
Damn.
And I sent Russ the picture of me coming out of the hospital. I don't know if he can post it or not, but
man,
that was the worst. The PA called me after I got out of the hospital. I suddenly just, everything turned around. They thought I was going to go into kidney failure and everything like that, but then everything turned around. Hiccups stopped. I could keep water down. I could eat again. So once I had a bowel movement, they released me from the hospital.
Yeah, they won't never let you go when you do that. I don't know why they want that so bad, but yeah.
Yeah. And anyway, the physician's assistant called me and said, "Oh, we figured out what's wrong with you. You have alpha gal," right? So I went on that fish and chicken diet for 6 months. That was the worst 6 months of my life. It's like being the only straight guy in a gay bar. You know what I mean? It's freaking horrible, right? I went from like August or late summer, midsummer to we had a ski trip with my brother before.
Imri's in here
in Salt Lake City, and yeah.
Wow, look at this gorgeous beast.
Oh, you stop that right now.
There we go. There we go.
It has begun.
How you doing, guys? I apologize, I'm late. I'm just pulled into Carl's house for teaching some classes, and that's what we got going on.
Sweet.
Cool. I'm glad you made it, man.
Well, thank you. I miss you guys. I know I'm here late.
That's all right, bro.
It's all right.
So,
Miss,
hey, you
miss
made
your
it.
pretty face.
Sue's just been talking mad shit about you the whole time, so
I'm
maybe
Yeah,
not
we were
surprised.
having a good time until you showed up.
Who was it? Guys, help me out here. Who was it that was insisting that I come on the podcast tonight? Oh, it was Sue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mr.
Our-
Hey,
hey, there
There
we
you go,
go.
Imri. You haven't seen that yet, have you?
Yes. Epic proportion.
I love the way Imri's looking at Sue longingly too. You know,
He is deep,
total
deep thoughts,
admiration.
deep stare.
What are you talking about? That look. I know that look. I get it. That look is, oh my God, what'd you eat for lunch? That fart smells like corpse.
Sue, you have a very like Robert Redford look there in the
Maybe
Sonoma.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Nick
he does.
Nolte. Nick
But
Nolte.
Nick
notice
Nolte.
it looks
That's
like
a
I'm
Nick
behind
Nolte look.
it. I'm behind it.
Fucking Nick Nolte.
Yeah, a little Nick Nolte action.
Oh, holy shit! Russ
Who
made
made
that
that?
up, Imri. Thought that one was
Russ.
pretty damn good. I like that one. I was like,
What a genius.
that's pretty cool.
That's great. Why do I look the oldest of everyone? How the hell am I the oldest?
T, that would be,
bullshit.
it's not old, it's wise. You look wise.
It's weathered. He's just
Well, yeah.
weathered.
Haggard, I think is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, haggard would be the layman's term. Of weathered.
Weathered's the polite term.
Yes, we can stick with weathered.
We'll stick with weathered. All right.
Stick with
You are
weathered.
on a mountain after all, so it is weathered. So,
Oh man.
Oh, shit. So what have you been doing today, Imri? What have you been up to? I mean, are you guys doing classes now? Like you just finished or what?
No. I'm just getting here. We're setting up for classes. I've been
cool.
all over the place, and the cute news, and this is probably too early to go public with, but I've had a bunch of my summer programs get canceled. Thank you, various stupid militaries. So I've decided that when I do get to go home and spend some time at home, I'm getting back to making some knives.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
About
my big
time.
thing.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't made a knife in 7 years.
That's all right.
So-
It's like riding a bike
Well, and
with
there's
sharp objects.
With no
since Imri does have all this free time, we will be hosting a little weekend class down here at my place to be announced yet. But it's going to be a edged weapon and pistol combination. One day of edged weapons, one day of pistol.
Sweet.
So, yeah, dates
Gonna
will
be
be
a good
coming
time.
on that.
Talking
And
about.
that one's probably going to be by invitation only because it's only a few slots for this, guys. But if you want to come and train with Imri, there will be an opportunity, and I highly recommend it. Because as always, we're holding it here so you can camp here, bring your camper, bring your tent, do like Texas Tony and show up with a Cherokee with a window shaker sticking out the passenger side. Still one of the most epic things I've ever witnessed in my life. Running on a homemade battery bank laying exposed in the floorboard too. It wasn't even in the case. And just the guy amazed me. But yeah, so we'll have a good time with that. And
I'm
do a little
excited.
training and yeah. And November 6th, 7th, and 8th. There we go. That's it. That one's confirmed. There might be a sooner one, maybe, but that one's confirmed. So,
Well, I'm hearing about the confirmation of the date for the first time today, so that's wonderful.
Oh yeah, Imri. By the way,
we just talked about this the other day.
Yeah, Emily, that's right. That's right up the road from Palatka too, and we can do some skydiving down there.
Yeah.
Since you're trying to get back into it, and I understand that there's a bar in Palatka that's like a portal to hell. So we'll take you there and leave you there.
Don't
if
you
you
threaten
guys
me with a good time.
Sue, you should come down too, and that way because the 6th, 7th, and 8th, our Mel and my anniversary is on the 10th. Russ's anniversary is on the 11th. But I'm going to take her up to Palatka so she can jump, and if you can So if you're around Imri, let her jump with you. She likes that anyway. So that would be extra
I'm
special for
not
that
sure
weekend.
I'm not sure that's legal.
No, I don't mean like you holding on to her on the front of you like she'd like to, but
Who's gonna
Juan
jump?
or Mel wants to jump again. She does tandem.
She can't jump. We already told her she can't jump.
Oh, she's jumped. She jumped a couple times, twice now, I think, or 2 or 3 times. So,
But
yeah,
and her boobs go up into her eyes, and she can't see what she's doing.
That's why she's not afraid.
That's why, exactly. That's why she's not afraid at all. So yeah, that's coming up.
That sounds perfect. That sounds like that's actually a good month to be in.
It's not a bad month to be in Florida. Yeah, it's not terrible.
No.
I mean, it's still not good. Oh, is this Sue coming out of the hospital?
Uh-oh.
No, Russ said he couldn't get that formatted right.
We got very small.
yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, look how skinny I was.
Yeah, you are. You can see it there. You are skinny.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight right there, and
found a lot of years.
Still ginger.
Still ginger.
I don't know how they got the diagnosis. I think it was off a blood test or something like that I had alpha gal, but I went on a 6 month of fish and chicken diet. But I went out to Utah, and of course, my brother and all my sons and cousins and everybody were eating steak, and I could see the emergency room to the VA hospital. And I said, "Give me a steak." I had steak. Nothing happened. I had double burgers all the way home back to North Carolina, and I called that PA when I got back and said, "You don't know what you're talking about." According to her, this alpha gal thing can come and go. You can have it for a little while, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's my oldest daughter right there, London in the house, and she has alpha gal.
Oh no,
she got it for a tick bite years ago.
Does she still have it?
Yeah, she still has it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like severe with her. Like if she eats red meat, I think, kiddo, you can chime in on this, but she can feel like tingling, and she's never had needed like an epi shot or nothing like that, but it's uncomfortable.
We've got some folks at the Sovereign Health Summit who are going to be talking about that and how to get rid of it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, the whole East Coast is ate up with that. And Amber I didn't even know this. She read a deal on this that Alaska, 13% in Alaska of the military, they're not taken because they've got alpha gal. And so here on the East Coast, it's just thousands of people with it. We go up to this market, and we can't keep anything in stock because everybody's got alpha gal.
Yeah.
You're down. I wish somebody would give Imri alpha gal, because that guy will eat all the bacon in the house, man.
I thought she was going to say. I thought she was going to say he was just in general was going to eat all the meat in the house.
Alpha gal, he can eat bacon. You just can't. You can eat. If you have alpha gal, the only thing you can't eat is mammalian red meat. Primate, you can eat. Fish, poultry, pigs, but not beef, basically, or cattle, or a horse. I mean,
I was told anything that's raised with a hoof, you can't eat it.
Well, maybe the pork's in it too, but primates are not. I'll tell you that for fact.
Man, I got to tell you, the day I can't eat my horse, I'm done.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Ain't no one fun eating a fully cooked steak. You're absolutely right, kiddo.
I'm going to disagree with you there.
Yeah, you do like to eat that boot leather.
Knock the carbon off.
Speaking of alpha gal and everything, I read a report on Google releasing those mosquitoes in Florida. You guys know anything about that?
Ticks.
No, they're releasing mosquitoes. Bill Gates is releasing genetically modified mosquitoes that are supposedly supposed to stop mosquitoes from breeding. Because these are all sterile mosquitoes, but I don't believe that shit for a minute. I don't trust Bill Gates as far as I could pick his old ass up and throw him.
I thought it was Google.
Well, maybe you live down there. Confirm when I was down there for Soft Week, Special Operations Forces Week, in Tampa, the Monday we drove out to a range, right there in the Panhandle somewhere. I can't even remember the town, but there were all these things down there. I've never seen them before. They're called love bugs.
Yeah.
And they said that those were genetically altered bug from Florida State University. And
well, they're not genetically altered. The love bugs are actually native, I think, to South America. And it was either, I don't know if it was FSU or UF. I think it was UF, honestly. Some researchers there got the bright idea and decided that love bugs would eat mosquito larvae, and they released them into the state of Florida. They don't. They're nectar eaters. They're not a predator of any shape or variety at all. And all they do is destroy the fucking paint on your car. That's all they do. So
they were horrible out there. It was out in the range, and they were everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, they don't bite or anything.
At the same time.
Is this what Qatar's funding is for us, our colleges, to teach shit like that?
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
Pretty
the Qataris are probably not going to be very happy about that. That sounds pretty low level education.
Yeah, and the damn things stink too. Like you drive, and sometimes in some roads when you drive, I mean, they're so thick, like your windshield washers and stuff can't keep up with it. Like it'll just smear your windshield till you can't see no more. They get pretty fucking bad. But for the last few years, ain't been so bad. I don't know at least in this area. But then I was working in an area where they were awful. So it just depends on where you're at. So.
Yeah, they probably released another bug that eats that's now causing alpha gall or something. They put out the Lone Star tick.
Yes.
Don't worry, people. It's for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always for us. It's always for us.
Help us. Help you.
You know what bugs me? I have to make this public.
He said bugs
this has been bugging me for years. So on the news, and anytime any of these people are talking to the public, right? They always say, people, this will affect people like you, blah, blah, blah. Why do these people never include themselves when they're talking about the public?
Yeah.
Never.
Because they're not the public.
Right.
They're not.
It's always bothered me.
Because none of this is for them. All of this is for us. They're going to still fly on their private jets, and they're still going to eat steak and drink champagne and do all that stuff. But we're going to eat the Soylent Green, and we're going to eat the bugs, and we're going to be the ones getting poisoned as long as we're there to serve their needs. That's why they want the AI robot thing so bad, is because then they can trigger whatever population collapsing calamity they want to do to try to reduce the Earth's population by like 75% is what they want.
Well, see, that's where they're wrong. We need to go 90.
We had this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go 90% easily. Even if I'm in the 90, I don't give a shit at this point. I really
Exactly.
don't care. But yeah, it's never about them, Imri. That's why they always say it's going to affect people like you, the little people. That's what they always like to say.
It's kind of a rhetorical conversation starter, I suppose.
Yeah.
The common man.
It just bothers me, right? Like if I'm trying to relate to somebody, I'm not going to say you this, you that, right? If I'm trying to relate to somebody, I'll clump them into us. Hey, man, we are facing this together. And how has the media not picked up on this in the last 50 years?
Mm-hmm.
Because the media are the elites. They're the ones.
Media's owned.
Into their nose at you and I.
Yep.
Well, mostly you.
Mostly you. But all of us, but mostly you. And that, it goes back so far. I mean, think about when TV first started. What do they call it? Programming. They're television programs. That says it right there on its face. And now they've
never thought of that.
They've proven that they can subliminally put images on frames. I just watched a video where they did it in a movie theater. They did a study, and I forget how many frames. It just showed a thing that said, "You're hungry, eat popcorn," and it was stuck into a movie reel, and people watched the movie, and it increased popcorn sales by 43% anytime that reel was played. Like they proved that it's worked. You could subliminally trigger people to do stuff, and they never saw the ad. Never on there ever knew it was there.
Well, they mixed it in. They had to use it was something of violence, something of sex, because that triggers the the subliminal mind, and then the message, the subliminal message. So combining those things in a real quick reel, it'd be something, a nudity, a violent act, and then eat more popcorn. And bam, they're selling popcorn like it was going out of style.
Honestly, you would have to give me sex and violence for me to be convinced
To
that
eat
popcorn is what I want.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. And evidently it did. I mean, they figured it out. They figured out how to get to Imri.
It's interesting. I was talking today on part of my drive, only 2 hours of my drive. I was talking to Rawson, our friend Rawson, and we were discussing a topic. This may be a little too esoteric for some people, but we were discussing it, and the thing is, your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, right? It's much more powerful than it's a much more a much better computer chip, so to speak, than your conscious mind, right? But, and this should be apparent to people, it's a lot easier to trick your subconscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we get into these conversations because we're designing training. We're trying to figure out how to ingrain certain things correctly into a human's subconscious. And so, we get into the study a little bit of, tricking the subconscious. The problem is our subconscious is very easily tricked by things we don't want, right? So all the people buying all this messaging that anybody with more than 4 or 5 brain cells could be like, oh, well, that's stupid, right? And half our country buys things like that. Half the planet is buying crap like that because the bad guys, whomever that may be, have figured out this whole, how to program subconscious minds from across the ocean.
Oh yeah, they've conducted studies, and now it's proven fact that they've determined what frequencies to use. That, like what they did in Venezuela, probably. They can use the frequency alone. They can either physically incapacitate you or even put thoughts in your head. I don't want to say thoughts, but they can alter your behavior just through frequency alone. And that's a fact. That's a field of study that is now actually being
you
discussed.
say frequency alone, Chris, right? But the thing with frequencies is literally everything that we can see, touch, hear, whatever, is made like this. That holds atoms together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you put it in that context, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I mean, they were even talking about, why all of the bells were removed basically worldwide at the churches, monasteries, because the bells use certain frequencies. Our music changed from, a frequency. They changed the frequency of that.
Yeah.
And
it should be 430. I think music is supposed to be like 432 hertz, but it's actually done at like 5 off of that.
Yeah. Yeah. On purpose.
Deliberately to fuck with your brain. Instead of playing music at the optimum frequency for humans, they play it at a very suboptimal frequency, which is actually higher than what it's supposed to be.
We actually have a great speaker coming for the Sovereign Health Summit, Matt from Cultivate Elevate. You check out Matt from it's if you look him up, Cultivate Elevate. He gets into a lot of the Tartarian world frequencies. Crazy stuff. But when you start getting into it, so hardcore stuff.
Well, I'm not worried about any of it. I'm not worried about any of it because, unlike some people, I have after watching cage matches and porn, I've never eaten popcorn ever. Never worked on that.
Oh,
after watching cage matches. Oh my God. There's my girl. There she is. That's my oldest.
And you could all 3 of those could be in the same bedroom.
I know where my hands were. Nope.
All 3 of those could be in the same bedroom at the same time.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Well,
good stuff.
On that note, thanks for everybody being here. And Imri, you missed it. I'll holler at you later. Tell you worked a trauma today, and was the first person on scene, and yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Who's the
But
lucky guy?
No, it was a car accident, and he died. And
You're talking real.
Oh, I'm talking for real. Yeah.
Wow.
Driver died, passenger survived, but yeah, it was, yeah. So
wow.
We were just talking about
sorry,
that. Being ready.
That's never fun.
No, it's not. You know, when you're looking in the eyes of the dead man, and you know it as soon as you see it. Like I recognized it as soon as I looked at him, but it took my brain just a second to be like, "Oh shit, he's dead." Yeah, I know that. I know that look. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know that look very specifically. So yeah, that's how my day went. That's a day. That's a real day. So, T, what do you want to leave everybody with tonight, man?
Oh man, it was just good to socialize and hang out with everybody again. It's been a little bit,
it was.
But y'all get out there and do. Look, gas is expensive, but training is important. This guy here and a guy over there, like, hit these dudes up. We've got training at our events. They've got training all the time. It's important, especially in the crazy world that we live in, if nothing else, to socialize with like-minded folks. Amen.
Right there. And WAP Kid, yes, 13's in works. It's just life got busy. I started a company I wish I had never started. Sue, what do you want to leave everybody with, man?
I'm the same way as T is. It's just it's been a while, and I'm glad that we actually got to get on and talk to each other.
Yeah.
There's some people that I don't miss at all, but it's actually good to hang out with you guys and talk about the world problems, even though we can't come up with any solutions. I just want to leave the thought with that. Don't get me wrong. I support President Trump more than most people, but I don't think the Iranians are ever going to play. We just need to bomb them into the Stone Age and call it good. Just put them back about 50 years and walk away. We don't need it. Let the world let the rest of the world figure it out.
Yeah, I agree with that. And build refineries that'll actually process the sweet crude that we drill here. That'd be another fantastic idea. What about you, Imri? What do you want to leave everybody with, man? Mr. Latecomer, show up when you can, you know?
Well, I've always been called the late bloomer, but that's probably why Sue and I are friends. Man, 62, he hasn't bloomed yet. Yeah, look, first of all, I apologize for being late, and I do miss you guys and hanging out on the show. I'm not going to get into what Sue started talking about, because that obviously is weighing on me, tremendously, right? But that's a whole nother hour of me running my suck. But I would like to leave everybody. It's kind of my usual thing in a sense, but I think it's never been more important ever in the history of America, maybe since the Civil War, that we start becoming Americans again. And we keep our country, because this 250-year experiment, it's been the best experiment run by humans to date. Mm-hmm. And we are letting it disintegrate into the hands of our enemies. And we refuse to even call them our enemies. We refuse to open our eyes and open our mouths to call them the enemy. And that has been, I've kind of made the decision, once this war kicked off on October 7th, 23, that the time I spend here in the States during this whole thing, the time that I'm not, doing the other thing, I need to spend it trying to fight our enemies. And I'm not talking about picking up a gun and going into the streets. I'm talking about the information space. And we all need to use our brain. We all need to use logic. Okay. And we all need to look into the bullshit that we hear, because social media has been poisoned very, very intentionally by a lot of our adversaries. I'll say it nicely.
Yeah.
So
it's a weapon of propaganda.
100%. And it's being used. This is the whole subconscious conversation, right? Yeah. And it's being used to subvert us internally, and it's working. So guys, cut that shit out. And that book that Sue was holding up, that book we have to read, that book we have to read. I am a criminal. I have not read that book anywhere near enough. Right? Sue's actually quite knowledgeable on it. And the other book we have to read is the Quran.
No,
Must read
understand
it,
your enemy.
otherwise you can't fight it.
I've read it one time. Took me a couple of years, but I read the Quran once. So I'm familiar with a lot of the surahs and some of the shit that's in there. But I agree with you entirely. You know, the Muslim world at large is on conquest, and they'll tell you that to your face. So believe
And
them.
you can read it in their book.
Yeah, you can read it in their book. So believe them when they tell you that. They mean it.
Make impaling great again.
Make them, yeah, hell yeah. I'll just leave off with, guys, you know, like I said, nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks, you know, my day is going to be tragic today. Stay ready, you know, stay prepared and stay ready. You know, you don't know if it's going to be a bad day for you or if you're going to show up on somebody else's worst day and maybe you can make a difference. So keep your shit together, get trained, and just stay ready, because you never know when you are going to be the first responder. So on that note, appreciate everybody being here, because I love hanging out with you guys. It is awesome to have everybody together again for a hot minute. And what do we got there? That's right. Stay ready. That's right. If you, like Alan Kay says, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So
Yeah, get a man purse.
get a man purse.
That too. Hey, it works for Carl. Works for Carl. It's good enough for Carl. It's good enough for me.
I just want to see the modeling photos of T with a man purse looking over his shoulder at you, you know, kind of.
I get you. I'll hook you up. I got
It's
you.
okay. He was referring to Karl Marx anyway.
Yeah. All right, guys, appreciate it. And for the rest of y'all, you know the deal. Be good or be good at it. And if you can't be good at it, be deadly. So we'll catch you guys next time.
Damn straight.
Yeehaw.